I'd be tempted to sing Another One Bites the Dust. Well, we don't know yet for sure, but we should definitely take a look at this model. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 747-400 of British Airways. At the front of the box we have the cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the British Airways branding. On the back side of the box we then have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life. We're provided with a web link by Herpa where we can get more information, and we can see it is a limited edition. And here she is, the Boeing 747-400 of British Airways in the OneWorld standard livery of the airline. If we take a look at the tail section and start off with the vertical stabilizer, we find the British Airways branding on that. We also find the last three letters of the registration code there. The full registration code and the logo of the British Royal Mail we find on the fuselage, and at the very tail of the aircraft we also have some lovely detailing around the APU exhaust. On top of the fuselage we then also find this really lovely little sat dome. I rather like that. At the front of the aircraft we then have the writing of member of OneWorld. British Airways is a founding member of that airline alliance. Underneath that we of course have the British Airways branding once more, and we do also of course have multiple OneWorld logos across this section of the aircraft. We do also have some lovely detailing around the cockpit section where we have the cockpit windows with the window wipers printed on. Above the cockpit windows we then find the last three letters of the registration code, and we do also have the emergency hatch to the cockpit printed on. The engine nacelles have been given the same dark blue color that we see in the British Airways branding, and of course also at the belly of the aircraft. They look rather decent from the side here, but from the back, honestly speaking, I think that is a big disappointment. From the front, however, we can see the engine fan blades very nicely indeed. Then we should also take a quick look at the wings, so more specifically here the top side where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We also have a bit of different shades of grey for additional detailing, but no markings whatsoever, maybe a little bit disappointing. The underside of the wings I think look rather decent, but we also find the full registration code of the aircraft once again. The 747 does also have these lovely winglets, which I think Herpa Wings has done a decent job with. Now the landing gear is for me a little bit of a mixed bag. I really like how it looks. I also like that Herpa Wings on the 747 is making the landing gear out of metal. Normally all Herpa Wings landing gear in scale 500 at least is made out of plastic. Metal landing gear is much more sturdy, that's a good thing. However, the wheels are movable, they are rolling, and that is something I never like because I always feel like that is something that will break at some point. And then last but not least, we do of course also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here on the back side of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 747-400 in the OneWorld livery of British Airways, the Queen of the Skies. How can you not like such a model? I think overall Herpa has done a very decent job with this aircraft. The print quality is really nice, the physical details are also great. The only thing I don't like is the backside of the engines. I think that is a big miss, and I am just not a fan of wheels that can move. That is just something I will never like on these models, but hey, that's just me. If you like the Queen of the Skies, if you like the OneWorld livery of British Airways, then I would say yes, this is absolutely an aircraft model worth having in one's collection. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video then feel free to leave a like, that really does help us out, and of course if you're new around here you're always welcome to hit subscribe. With that I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.